Okay, so we're talking about Lovecraft Country episode 6. Um, Came out Sunday. It's Thursday today. I just have been struggling to find the time to be able to look presentable for the camera and all that. So it's out now. This episode focuses on, I had expected, I mean, it does. It focuses on Atticus and Jinnah and his story in Korea. But I thought it would be more. It's more of it's Jin Ah's episode, and Atticus happens to be in it, and that's a common thing I'm starting to notice with this TV show right now. And other people I know who've watched it are saying the same thing, where every episode is just like a hey, it's about this character, hey, it's about that character, but it doesn't really do anything for the main plot. And like I've said before, there's 10 episodes. We're on episode 6. 7 comes out Sunday. It's like, please tell me you're not going to go back to the main story the last 2 fucking episodes or whatever. Because that would be pretty annoying. But yeah, so it focuses on Jinnah, her story. She's a nurse in the Korean War. Don't really want to spoil anything about her. You definitely learn a lot about her character, how she acts, but then you're kind of still wondering why then she acts the way she does when she first calls Atticus in like episode 1. Because now when I see this episode, I'm like, well, why was her tone so like doesn't really make sense? But you learn more about Atticus's character, where it kind of makes you hate him, and their excuse to be like, oh, hey, well, everyone is traumatized by war, so let's just gloss over it. It's kind of annoying. I've seen that trope before, so yeah, he does some irredeemable shit where you're like, I don't really like his character that much anymore. Um, and yeah, I guess his relationship with her is pretty believable. Obviously, the thing that they're like, oh, is this gonna happen? Of course, it happens. It's all pretty predictable, but of course you learn something where you're like, oh, that's new in a sense. So that's interesting. I view it as a Naruto reference, so take that as you will. Not really a reference, but I knew what they were talking about thanks to Naruto. So um, but yeah, it makes you weirdly kind of hate his character, which you don't want to hate your main character too much. He does some fucked up shit where you're like, that's kind of not excusable. And then her character, you're kind of like, okay, really? With your objective and where you're at, now is when you're going to make this certain decision? Like, okay, like, whatever. But, uh, enjoyable, I guess, overall. The effects were good. As I feel like they've been getting better. Um, yeah, there's really not much more I can say. It's another character-driven episode. It's all right. You'll learn some new stuff. Might confuse you a little bit. The next episode is about Hippolyta or Hippolyta, however you say her name, and I guess she's like a reincarnation of the same person. But once again, it's just another episode about another character, and I'm just like, man, I get what you're doing, but do you have to take an hour to do it? Because with this episode just now, I was like, this could have been half the episode, and then the other half could have been a present day, whether it's him talking to her again or focusing on the main story. Because after it was done, I was like, man, it took an hour just to do this. I I feel like they could have explained her character a lot quicker than they did. And by the end, when it shows the closing stuff with her, it's not about the story, but the effects. I know I've been saying the effects are good. Overall, yes, creature-wise. But the set at the end in the snow and it's showing a little fox, it looked horrible. The set looked completely fake. everything, the snow, everything looked fake. A fox looked so fake. I was like, how can you make either gore scenes or monsters look freaking amazing, but then you can't even CG a fox correctly? And once again, I looked over and I was like, and my girlfriend was like, yeah, this set looks terrible and looks completely fake. It's not that it took me really out of it. It's just like, damn, why is it so terrible? But yeah, I think that's about it. These videos are usually about 5 to 6 minutes, so this is done. I'll be making, you can't see it, but it's a 1 in 100 Gundam model kit, so I'll be able to get that done, and then downloading Mass Effect 3 and Fallout 4, potentially making a video on Fallout 4, for sure making a video on Mass Effect 3, and I actually canceled my orders for a couple of figures I had coming. They keep delaying it every, it was supposed to come out in July and September. Now it's been delayed to December. Well, one was delayed to September. Now they told me it's December. And then now they delayed it to March of next year. So I was like, I'm done. I'm not waiting on this. I can spend my money better elsewhere. So, yeah. That's about it for this episode. The series is good, as I've said. It's just having kind of like some episodes where you're like, why? But, yeah, just stick around. Keep watching it. Thanks for watching. I'm out.